tonight's anthem is one of the most popular musical groups in the world today. Multi-platinum recording artists, In Sync.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to another action-packed night of short track mayhem, this time road course style. Welcome into tonight's Bump and Run 25, the Grapevine 50, live from the virtual Sonoma road course up in Northern California. We are settled within the mountains. 25 laps are on NASCAR's short course layout here at Sonoma Raceway. This road course is known for its tricky elevation changes, those tight corners, and this configuration got some brutal braking that's going to result in some nice passing zones. 70% fuel, we should have at least to make one stop here tonight. It's going to be tight on the fuel. Welcome in, I got the man himself, the Justin, the Yamentator up with me in the booth. Justin, how are you doing on this wonderful, wonderful evening?
Howdy doody, tooty fruity to all the folks out there in YouTube land and the folks wherever you're watching at. We appreciate you tuning in each and every Tuesday night with us for a little bump and run action. Here on the sweeping hills of California, we are in Sonoma. We are up here in wine country. There's probably going to be some whining after this race from somebody getting taken out.
I think there'll be some drinking, some wine. There will be some wine in here at the end of this one. Got qualifying just now finishing up. Real quick before we start, we'll take a look at the points. How about it? Kyler McCarthy, the number 24. He's got the field beats right now with 448 overall playoff points. But we got Justin Steves right there, right behind him, 433 points. Also, Brandon Moore sitting up there pretty in third. Robbie Bice, Austin Mice, fourth and fifth. Chris Campbell, Tyler Massey, Tyler Myers, Brian Huntley Jr. rounding out that ninth position.
A lot of high runners here, a lot of back and forth action this season has provided us with. Kyler been leading the way most of the season. Brandon Moore's been the hot seat, the hot hand here in the past couple of weeks. Picking up a lot of wins, most recently at Pocono. So ought to be some good racing tonight. A lot of these guys trying to look back, maybe a little avenge a little bit. But if Mr. Barry from last week, our winner, got to be pretty excited to be up here in another road course.
Hey, speaking of him, how about it? Going to qualify up on the pole here, and we'll take a look at our starting grid real quick. I appreciate everybody joining in here tonight. If you are joining in on the vertical broadcast, if you got some big black bars on the left and right side of your screen, make sure you mosey on over to that long ways broadcast, also live on Stam Studio Network. Our starting grid, our winner from last week, it's the Chicago Street Course. David Berry's going to slap it out there on pole, but Kyler McCarthy says not so fast there. He's only 0.09 seconds off.
Got Daniel Higgins starting P3 about 2/10 off the pace there. Chris Campbell in fourth. Brian Huntley Jr. going to haul into the 5-hole. Mark Berry into number 6.
Oh, Cole Fitzpatrick, he's out here. He finished third out there on the streets of Chicago. Very fast on the road course. Not the qualifying effort that Fitzpatrick was looking for in the number 10. Austin Mice will be 8th. Nico Colby, road course ringer, will come out to the track.
I was about to say
here
that
tonight.
name sounds very familiar.
That is Rookie of the Year, Real Life Apex Motor Club MX5 League up there in Arizona. Nico's going to take it out to the streets, or excuse me, not the streets, but the hills of Sonoma. Matthew Fitz will be 10th. How about Robbie Bice, Tyler Massey rounding out that 12th position? Bobby Bice, Tyler Massey, Joe Stipe, Justin Steves. He was second fastest in practice. He completely missed qualifying, 30 seconds off the pace. Miguel Campo out of Haiti, Xavier Salgado, and Tyler Myers rounding out our 17-driver grid here tonight.
Yeah, short field tonight. So me and Sean were talking in our production meeting. Sometimes the road courses can provide a little bit of challenges for everybody. And let's be frank, not everybody's a fan of the road course. But we got the guys and gals that wanted to be here tonight, so it ought to be a great show. These folks ought to. Our bump and run series, man. I look forward to it every Tuesday night. They always put on a great side-by-side action these next gen couple cars. So ought to be right here tonight in the hills of Sonoma.
Man,
Hey Sean, you want to know why Sonoma's my favorite round track or my favorite road course?
because you're whiny? I don't know.
No. What's right in the middle?
I have to go to is it? Oh, that drag strip. There you go.
Yeah.
That is Justin's cup of tea right there, boys and girls.
You know, if you go down it, you'll get disqualified. That's how I know.
That is a qualification that is worth it to me right there. Shoot.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Alrighty, we are 2x2 up here in wine country. David Berry, last week's winner. He's got Kyler McCarthy on his outside. Justin, we are back. Gonna turn some left, gonna turn some right, gonna turn some straight. Here we go from Sonoma. David Berry, that Hot Wheels 56 machine. Green flag is out. Field is in your hands.
Down through we go.
We already got one going around.
We already got it. We wanted it up. The 10.
That's the number 10 back there. Cole Fitzpatrick already down and out around. Pretty heavy damage earlier on.
Here comes Kyler. He really, honestly, truthfully with me, Sean, second's where you want to qualify. Because you're going to have the advantage. You're going to lose it right there in that first little hairpin turn, but you come up the hill, you're going to have the inside line, which is the line you want to have. So I don't think qualifying second's the worst thing here.
You're exactly right. There's really, we do have the start zone to work with, but you're right that the inside line will really set you up for the corner there, and we really saw it there for Kyler McCarthy. He's going to gain that lead on this race start. He's got David Berry sitting right there behind him for P2. Daniel Higgins, where he started this race, in P3. How about Brian Huntley Jr., one of the league owners here tonight? Paint scheme very familiar. He's going to already make up the spots here up in P4.
Moving up on through the field, Berry and Berry show. Right there in our top 5, McCarthy kind of stretching his lead out. 5 tenths, the difference between him and McCarthy. Excuse me, between Berry and McCarthy. Everybody else kind of finding a line, kind of figuring out where they need to go. It's like maybe Matthew Fitz dropping a few positions there. Really, Salgado and Campbell. Campbell must have got in that action. He went from top 5 all the way back to 14.
Well, I can see why Matthew Fitz lost a few positions. This driver actually went off the racetrack. We'll take a quick replay of it, and then we'll take another replay at the... oh, no! Matthew overcorrection hard into the wall.
Right.
And on that race restart, too, we saw that number 10 get some pretty heavy contact, possibly out of the race earlier on. And, yep, there you see, down and around the 69 Monster Energy machine will go.
Somebody cue up my theme music.
Oh, don't you do it early on. Oh, no, that's Tyler Myers. What a lockdown of the 45, though, there, Justin. That broken backboard Jordan paint scheme will get it back moving and grooving.
Yeah, he's going to get her back rolling. Oh, that could have been a whole lot worse. Going to keep it clean. Let's see. Let's go back to our start here. Let's go on forward. Colton Strill. I think this is on board. There you go.
Oh, contact with Brian Huntley Jr. It'll send him around.
Yeah, the old log jam happened there. That's what we call the 5 o'clock traffic work jam, trying to get everybody's leaving at the exact same time, and there's only one exit.
How about Nico Colby? Nico's already gained 4 spots since that drop of the green flag. That Moza Chevrolet Camaro, he was fighting this car in practice respectfully. He, matter of fact, DMs me there on Discord, says, I don't know if I have what it takes to wheel one of these NASCARs around. You got to feel for him because he comes from a completely different style of car. It's very light. Those Mazda MX-5 have little to no horsepower. Completely different ball game here tonight for Nico as he's going to run wide. Oh, leaving some tire marks on the racetrack there. Most important turn is you got to try and set that long straightaway up. He's still loose.
Did some team call in a road course ringer? Is that what this is? Is it like the SVG of the league or something?
Yeah, I think the 47's trying some SVG action here. Remember, Nico actually raced with us in the oval race that we had at Charlotte earlier on in the season and had a nice running there. Now he's kind of trying to show us how it's done in the left and right hills from the hills, left and right-handers from Sonoma. He's still loose, just trying to get that throttle down a little bit too quick. He's not used to having 650, not 700 horsepower under his hood.
Yeah, I can imagine, that throttle control is really going to play into his hand because he is so used to those just MX-5 cars and everything else. Not a lot of horsepower, so you're really able to get back to the gas and kind of just slowly winds on up. And man, these cup cars, you get on the gas, if you're in the wrong gear or something like that, you're in first, second gear, it's going to spin the tires, so you move around smart. Now, Sean, dumb question. Don't you don't you broadcast a league that Mr. Colby is also in?
Man, quite a few of them. The West Coast Sim Racing League, as well as the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing League. Of course, he's a driver in the real life Apex Motor Club. But look at, he is just begging for Grape. Oh, he might be into the tires here. Hang on to it, Nico Colby. Matter of fact, he's coming off that second place there last night, just barely. That win squeaking away from the old Nico Colby. But you're exactly right, Justin. I do see this driver quite on the virtual track quite a few times throughout the week, and he's once again showing some really nice pace here tonight from Sonoma.
Yeah, our groundkeeper really ain't gonna be too happy with that. Oh, I know Kyler here, man. He has struggled. I think if you asked Kyler after last week, he would tell you he struggled last week on the streets of Chicago, but really looking to rebound here tonight in Sonoma, and he's having a really great run so far, kind of finishing off last week's winner.
Yeah, and we saw Colin McCarthy start to kind of put it to David Berry just a little bit at the Chicago street course, but, at least that was until Colin McCarthy suffered quite a bit of damage out there and unfortunately had nothing for Mr. David Berry. But this is, Justin, compared to a street course, compared to this place, you have a little bit of runoff to work with. Sure, you might get a little bit of dirt and dirt and marbles on these tires. You might lose a little bit of grip, but at least you live to fight another day.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I think at the Chicago street course, you got to really watch your P's and Q's. Here at Sonoma, it's a dedicated road course, so it's got a little bit of a give and take, and you can kind of maybe miss a corner a little bit. It's got a little bit of extra help to you. Man, that street course, you ain't got a whole lot of room for error.
Uh-oh, Justin. Uh-oh. Hide your PBR, folks. This is not going to be good if you're a Nico Colby fan. Shield those eyes. This number 47. No, he takes a little bit too much up the rumble strip. He'll go around. Oh, tries to keep it off the wall with the throttle in it. But unfortunately, I'm showing Nico Colby down and into pit lane. I think he has just about had it with these NASCAR next gens.
Yeah, I think that's the old retirement out here queuing up and getting rode in the bus.
Ooh!
I get a tire on that
Look at him gassed it up, and yeah, he just barely dinks that rear end within that tire barrier, tries to get it back going again and says, all right, that's enough. Back to the battle for the race lead here, Justin, though. Who do you have? Let me know there down in YouTube land. We got Terry Stam down there joining us, as well as Ricardo joining us as well. Appreciate every single one of you joining us in the live YouTube chat. Let me know who you have, who's going to win this thing as well as Justin. I mean, David Berry's continuing to pull about the same lap times as Kyler McCarthy. Do you think we're possibly going to see this start to heat up, or Berry at least start to put the front bumper to that rear bumper of Kyler McCarthy?
I say you just fight. Bring it. Go ahead and start fighting. Get the crew chiefs involved. Get the, bring the wrench in the back pocket. Make sure you hide your 10 millimeters.
Hey, mine already hide enough from me on their own. They'll be gone in an instant if I just look at them wrong. But man, Justin, it's a Christmas tree down there on the bottom of the screen. A little bit of orange, what should be red, but a little bit of green as well. It's some back and forth cat and mouse action between our front two leaders, but Kyler McCarthy, he did pull a little bit more of a gap here this lap. He's got 1 second above David Berry.
Now, Sean, for these 25 laps, you think we'll have to pit in here at least once, or do you think you can make it the whole way on a field running a set of tires?
Well, Justin, math is not my strong suit, but if my math was mathing there before the race, this was only a 25-lap race here tonight for the Grapevine 50 from Sonoma. Of course, the 2.5.
Kyler missed the corner.
12-turn layout.
The corner a little bit.
He did, and the brake rotors are glowing for that 24. Remember, you started to talk about car management, tire, as well as brake management. It's gonna definitely heat up. Just 0.3 of a second between our front two.
It's gonna heat up, and we ain't talking about the brake rotors.
To answer your question real quick, though, Justin, my math was showing 1 lap short. So you either have to save enough fuel here tonight, or you will have to make that pit stop strategy about halfway, burn these tires up, and use them on that second half. Whatever your strategy is, it's going to continue to get heat up between these front two runners.
Boy, these guys are wearing those Goodyear Eagles out. They are going to be screaming. I mean, they kind of set their gap, and it's 8-second back to Higgins, and Higgins got a 3-second gap back to fourth. And here comes Chris Campbell, kind of making his way back up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next. Sorry. Listen, folks, if you ain't learned by now, I'm a revolving jukebox, okay? If you don't like it, that's on you. I play great music in my head, all right?
Hey, I'm right there with it. Well, Justin, let's go on board here for a lap around Sonoma. We're going to go up the hill, up in turns 1 and 2, with our second place running driver. Ooh, is Kyler McCarthy's going to run off the track here. We got some lap traffic approached, right in front of these drivers. David Berry possibly going to close that gap to Kyler McCarthy ever so slightly. This will be up through turns 4 and 5, I do believe. This right-hander where we saw Nico lose it, you got to be careful. Can't hit those rumble strips, as well as another right-hander. Matter of fact, first gear corner here. Get that car rotated and back through the S's section we go.
Back through the S's we go. Going to work down to this corner right here. It can kind of get a little bit technical. Now you're going to start running some lap traffic, and you've got to try to work your way around them through the S's. Tyler's like, please. So these guys going to have to maybe play a role here, and it'll be interesting. You get to the bus stop. The bus stop.
Ew.
My bad. Here comes Tyler Myers. He's going to get to the inside line. Oh, Barry going to maybe look a little high side, sling it low, Kyler. Oh, the 45 going to cut him off. 00. Is that the 00? That is the 00. That's Joe Stipe. He's going to get out the way, but Tyler Myers is not going to go down easily here.
Remember, Tyler Myers spun out earlier on in this race, and I mean, he's shown some pace within the road courses. At least at Chicago, he was, I'll get back to that in a second, but now Kyler, he's got that blue flag, Tyler has the blue flag. Kyler's going to try that outside line, and look at David Berry. All that these lap cars have done, look at this, got David Berry right back in the picture. Here we go, side by side for the race lead. That front right brake rotor a-glowing for David Berry. Doesn't quite have the runoff, though, to make it sick for the race lead.
Yeah, he's going to have to really make it happen. He's going to have to maybe figure out another line there or hope for a little more traffic. Well, how did Kyler play that very well? Maybe kind of shot the corner a little bit, got to the rumble strip, and Kyler going to sneak away with one there. Down the hill we go, back around to the bus stop. I hear you really got to play it. I mean, you now, Sean, let me ask, do you have an H-pattern shifter, or are you just a shifter on the back of the steering wheel?
Yeah, man, I'm just, I am running the oval style Fanatec wheel, but I just got the shifter on the back. It makes it easy with the space I got. And I mean, I do run auto blip too, but I still got the clutch pedal, and it at least makes me feel like I'm doing something, right? What about you though, Justin?
I have so I've got a Logitech G29 that I've had for about 5 years now. And then I do have the H-pattern shifter also. So I run a lot with H-pattern shifter, except if I'm on a road course, I stick to the pedals on the back of the steering wheel. So that way both hands are on the steering wheel at all times. What'd you do, Robbie?
Gonna be Robbie Bice going for a little play in the sand here off the racetrack. He's gonna try to keep it off the tire barrier. Start flooring it, Mr. Robbie Bice. Does he keep it off? Oh, just a little bit of a vinyl wrap scrape. No harm, no foul there.
He got it, no problem. He's straight. He good.
Now, we do talk about the H-pattern shifter, but of course these next-gen cars, holy damage there for Matthew Fitz earlier on in the race. Of course, these next-gen do have that the sequential gearbox as well as the wider tires on these machines. They're kind of optimized a little bit more for road course racing, but it's still, I mean, 3,500 pounds of carbon fiber and metal chassis to get around a road course. It's no easy task, as we've seen 3 drivers now already so far down and out of the race.
It's Sonoma. Holy cow, man. You okay, buddy? Look at that brake rotor just burning right there. I bet you could cook a marshmallow on that baby pretty quick. Make a mean brake rotor s'more.
I don't know. I like mine golden. I don't like mine all burnt to a crisp there. That might be a little bit too much.
I don't know. Little brake rotor. I don't know. It may not taste the greatest, but you know, never hurt. I mean, if you don't listen, if you're working on car and you go to your sandwich and you ain't got a little bit of oil or a little bit of clutch dust or a little bit of brake rotor dust on, a little bit of dust, oil, something on you, you ain't working hard enough, and the sandwich ain't gonna taste as good. It's just proven fact. Now, I'm no scientist, but that's just proven fact.
I think something else is a proven fact is, I mean, although we did only have 17 drivers here tonight, I mean, you gotta give it to these bump and run drivers. They got the pace and skill out there on the left-hand oval tracks, and I mean, we're gonna take it back and up through the hills of Sonoma here, Justin. And I mean, look, we only 13 laps to go in this race, and we still have battles ensuing for both 7th and 8th. Mark Berry, Chris Campbell are going at it, as well as Matthew Fitz. Robbie Bice are looking to get a little close, 11th and 12th. Kyler McCarthy, though, he's got just about a 1.2 gap over David Berry. David's still within that same camera shot, though, Justin. If you are kind of in the driver's seats here of the number 56, what's going through your mind as are you trying to push just a little bit harder here, or just hit more consistent lap times, make sure you're there at the end of the race?
I think you're going to want to be consistent towards the end of the race. Sure, you're going to be able to, unless you're trying to conserve tires, man, keep going after it. You're going for positions, keep trying to just get there. But, man, at the end of the race, you're going to be either A, you're going to be wanting tires and needing that fuel, or B, you're going to be really driving it hard because you conserved earlier on in the run. I'll be interested to see if maybe some of these guys later on in the cycle here have maybe tried to conserve a little bit, not run their hot rod so hard to begin with. Everybody's been running hard from the get-go.
Uh-oh, we got Joe Stipe. That Strickland propane paint scheme, I think he has just gone off track. Oh, he's going to go run wide this time by. We'll take a quick replay of it. But with that 25 lap counts here, we should be coming up to, if anybody does try to cut this race in half, as there you see Joe, he's going to pull a little bit of a formula drift action there, gets it righted back the right way, just loses a little bit of time, maybe not even a spot. Oh, there's number one right by.
They didn't have his propane and propane accessories.
Hey, I can't wait for that that revamp to start back up there for King of the Hill. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. It'll be cool to see. That's my purse. I don't know you. I love King of the Hill. Sorry.
No, I'm right there with you. I can't wait for it to start. No, now we got Bobby all grown up. It'll be cool. I think he's, what, a chef now? So. Real quick, Justin, I think we're going to treat the old fans to the sights and sounds of the racetrack before we get a little bit too far into this race. We'll about a lap or two. We'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Go ahead, crank it back down. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw back with you here in the booth. Here's a quick replay. We got another incident with Joe Strike. This is into turn 12, the kind of reverse Martinsville corner here. He's going to go a little deep. Does he tag the tire barrier? Not quite. Doesn't have, like you said, enough propane there to get in stops here, as Joe's going to sit 13th right now. Back into the battle for the lead right now. 1.2 seconds separating Kyler McCarthy. David Berry coming off of that to win just a week ago there from the Chicago Street.
And David really going to have to put on some moves here. Hope for some lap traffic. He's going to have to start maybe running a little bit deeper in and try to maybe get a braking zone on Kyler, because he's putting some cars between him and Mr. Berry. And that is going to set up kind of fatal there towards the end of the run. You set up too long or too late right there, you're going to be behind a car and maybe get stuck, and Kyler's going to have a huge lead. You're not going to be able to get back to it. So, Mr. Berry, you're going to have to do what you can do to get rid of Matthew Fitz here in front of you. Never mind, Matthew's going to do it himself.
Matthew Fitz goes for a little play in the sand there, backing onto the racetrack right in front of Robbie Bice. We got a few pit road takers there, but like you said, easier said than done when Matthew runs wide himself.
Wide. Holy cow. How about Steve's, man? How about
he's
you, Justin
right up
Steve?
then there in the playoff points, and he's just putting a nice, steady run here tonight. Justin sitting up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. We are already on 9 laps to go.
How about you, Justin Steves, man? Listen, he's just consistent, man. That's all you got to be. That's all you got to be in this series. You just got to be consistent. And Steve's has kind of been the guy to look at towards it. Maybe not has had the runs he wanted to all season, you know, standings-wise, but hey, sitting second in points, not too far away from Mr. Kyler, and here you are. Top 8 tonight would really help your standings.
And I mean, remember looking back to Chicago Street Course, Justin was keeping it about a foot or two off of those the concrete walls. And if you know anything about street course racing, you know you have to use every inch of the track to make pace. And well, we've started to see here time and time again, at least on the road course side of things, Justin's going to strive for a little bit more of consistency. There you go. And he's sitting P8 right now. He's having a really nice run, and that's why we see Justin continue to have really nice runs, sitting P2 in the points.
It's all you gotta be. Consistency is king, baby. Consistency is king. You just gotta keep it between the old mayo and the mustard, and you'll be a-okay, my friend.
So closest battle on track right now is between Chris Campbell as well as Xavier Salgado. That's Ross Chastain, Kubota Tractor, Chevrolet Camaro. He's starting to reel in Chris Campbell just by about a tenth or two. And if we look at the drivers who tried to make a pit stop work, they're halfway through this race. Tyler Massey, he's got 4 wins on this season. He's going to be the first driver to make a pit stop work, but he's sitting right now in 11th place. Got also Mark Berry right there behind him, that Crimson Tide, number 25 Chevrolet Camaro. He also pitted lap 14. Woohoo! I think Justin meant to say roll Tide.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, there you go. Joe Stipe also is 13th right now after making his pit stop on lap. Never mind, Joe is not pitted. He just had a few incidents earlier on this race.
Or they're not incidents; they're happy accidents.
Oh, there's a happy accident for you, Justin.
Just painted a beautiful little spin out right there. All right, happy accident.
Comes right back onto the racing line here. You got to be careful if you're a car heading Mach 2 here to the start-finish line. Looks like Joe is going to take that car down and into the pit lane. Let's go through the field here while we have a moment. 7 laps to go, Justin. That Nitro 24 Chevrolet Camaro, Kyler McCarthy, he's continuing to lead, and you called it out there on the race restart. He got that inside line, and that's all he needed to get away from David Berry, who runs P2 right now. Hot Wheels, winner 1 week ago, P2 right now.
He is really got a lot of work to do here, and I think if you're Barry, you're just going to have to hope something happens up there, that number 24. Maybe runs out of gas, runs out of Goodyear Eagle tires, but you're really going to have to hope. Just 2.5 seconds here is going to be a lot to try to make up super quick.
Daniel Higgins, he's had a really good run this season. He finished 6th last week at the Chicago Street Course. Another Trackhouse paint scheme jockey. That's a Ross Chastain or Daniel Suarez paint scheme. Daniel Higgins running the number 2 here tonight. He's going to close that gap ever so slightly, 14.5 seconds up to David Berry. But this is right now our last driver interview spot. Looks like Daniel should have it solidified as Miguel Campo is about, 20 seconds back for P4. Number 23, Toyota Camry is our biggest mover here tonight, up 11 spots since that race start.
Big moves, man. I mean, obviously, the field size is not what we're used to here with these guys, but, man, how about the folks here that are racing with us tonight? They're making a lot of moves and putting on a great show. Austin here, he's up to P5, kind of started wheeling back in the field, just slowly picked him off, and McConaughey set up shop number 97, Camaro. He's having a great night for him.
You're right. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that we don't see Austin Weiss a little bit higher in the playoff standings. It does seem like at least within the past 4 to 5 races here within the Bump and Run Cup Series, Austin Weiss has been right there with them. Matter of fact, he's showing it here within the left and right turns as well. Chris Campbell, he got hot earlier on in the season, kind of not had the last few races he was looking for, but these finishes will help out with playoff points. As well as Xavier Salgado right here. He's only 11.5 seconds back to that P6 spot. How about Justin Steves? Once again, just keeping it clean, P8. Robbie Bice, Matthew Fitz, 9th and 10th. Tyler Massey, Mark Berry, Joe Stipe, rounding out 10th through 13th.
Ty Myers, 14th. Brian Huntley, 15th. Hole Fitzpatrick, 16th. And Nico Colby, the number 47 hot rod in the 17th hole, kind of retired earlier on. Called it a day when he's cutting NASCAR cars. He said, done with this bull crap. Back to the Mazda.
Yeah, you got to feel for it because if you're just now joining us, Nico, that's that real life Apex Motor Club driver, rookie of the year. It is just a completely different style, not only racing but of car, and it's I don't know. It's if you don't expect it there, especially with the horsepower differential too. Smooth on the gas, extremely smooth on the brakes, and Nico struggled there a little bit, but was showing some pace. We'll have to see if he comes back to one. Real quick, Justin. 5 laps to go. We got to shout out once again everybody down there in YouTube land. I appreciate every single one of you joining here tonight for the Bump and Run Cup Series race, as well as the sponsors and affiliates. Race to Stop Suicide. Check on those there around you. Admin Box, Alpha One Foundation, Bearded Bear Custom Hides, Mad Doggy Graphics, as well as Extreme Scoring. Appreciate every single one of you coming out and making this all possible here tonight.
Appreciate you, folks. Appreciate all you do for us. Allowing me and Sean to come up here every Tuesday night and talk about these hot rods. We extremely enjoy it. Joe Stipe. Oh, got to get the propane slowed up here.
Oh, tries to carry too much.
That's his purse.
His purse, look out there. Oh, no, does he make contact? That's the same spot Nico Colby wrecked.
That's his purse. He don't know you.
I think voice acting there in the next upcoming King of the Hill stuff is in your running there, Mr. Gall.
Hey, somebody call me. We'll make it happen. I'll be Bobby Hill. Just let me try.
All righty, well, Kyler McCarthy, David Berry, we were trying to sell it a little bit earlier on, and well, David Berry was within striking distance here, Justin, but looks like these drivers are going to try and make this long run work on these tires. If you didn't save a little bit earlier on, you're definitely begging for it now. 3.3 seconds. Kyler McCarthy, he says, I know how to turn left and right as well.
Left, right, up, little down. Oh, who is that?
Man, that's Daniel Higgins, our P3 running driver. Check this out up and through turn 12.
Flip turn, locks her up. Oh! Okay, not too bad, not too bad. He got it.
That's like hitting the old banana on Mario Kart. You'll just you'll go for a little bit of a spin. You'll lose a tiny bit of pace. Doesn't lose a spot there for Daniel Higgins, retaining that final driver interview spot. 3 laps to go already here tonight. Tonight has flown by. Time flies when you're having fun, especially for Kyler McCarthy. Led every single lap here tonight. He just has, what would that be, 7.5 miles left to go until this is all official. Justin, I appreciate you once again. I know I was thinking YouTube land, sponsors and affiliates, but thank you for coming up here in the booth here once again. And the full throttle racing performance. Oh, Joe Stipe around in front of the front 2 runners. He gets it back going.
Somebody get David Berry a fresh pair of hinds. He's going to need them.
Goodness, we'll hop on board with David Berry here and see what he saw coming out as Joe Stipe once again goes around out of 12. But Justin, if you're free here tomorrow night, same track, different racers, full throttle sim racing performance in the Cup Series. There we see Joe around and able to go right to David Berry. Justin, like to have you tomorrow night if you are free, but if not, no biggie. Kyler McCarthy missed the corner there. This is also Xavier Salgado goes around. Justin, it was a 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds separating these two. Now just back to 1 second there. Coming to 2 laps to go. If you're David Berry, Kyler McCarthy is getting a little bit bigger out in that front windscreen.
Well, you're going to have to hit the gas if you're McCarthy. You're going to have to find the banana peel. Going to have to find the bullet. Going to have to find the little turtle shells of Mario Kart, because David Berry is coming and he has got a head of steam.
Kyler McCarthy goes a little bit too deep there out of turn 12, locks up that right front. Puff of smoke there out of the number 24 Chevrolet Camaro. Here we go. White flag is out here from Sonoma Raceway. David Berry back within a second from Kyler McCarthy.
Here we go. White flag is a flying. Round and around and around we go. Up the hill we come. Back down the little short chute we go. Little S, first S is here. Left turn, right turn, hit you, march, and get there. Gonna have to dig. Oh, Barry gonna get off the grass just a little bit. Oh, we're battling back here in the back.
Matthew
Oh,
Fitz
no.
just went really deep there into turn 12. He's going to lose that spot to Robbie Bice. Xavier Salgado is now totaled. That was a nice run for the number 1 machine. Kubota is down and into pit lane, losing spots on this white flag lap. Here we go up and through the S's. Kyler McCarthy leading David Berry through turns 9, 10, 11, and 12 for the final time tonight. Here comes Kyler McCarthy, number 24, after leading every single lap here tonight. Justin, he's just got one more turn to go.
Yeah, here he comes to the paper clip. Here comes Barry, one final shot at it. He's not going to get there. Kyler McCarthy going to get off there clean. One final turn here at Sonoma. Kyler McCarthy going to pick up the win here in wine country.
David Berry, a close finisher there, P2. He will take away P1 from Chicago Street last week, but Kyler McCarthy says, nope, tonight it is my turn. Congratulations, Kyler McCarthy, winning from the hills of Sonoma. Backing up to P3, Daniel Higgins will come across the line. Jockey made in America, Chevrolet Camaro. Number 2 will finish P3.
How
Is that
about you?
Miguel Campo, look at the front bumper damage. He'll come out, finish this race P4, our biggest mover of the race, up 11 spots for Miguel Campo.
How about you, Miguel? Attaboy. Get back into it. Good run tonight right there for Campo. Oh!
Oh, that was that was a big one after the checkered flag. Chris Campbell is going to take P5. Austin Mice right there behind him. Unfortunately, loses P5. Does Austin Mice to Chris Campbell. Justin Steves, the consistent driver, number 87. He will come around back to the checkered flag. This time we'll take P7. Robbie Bice back there in P8. Matthew Fitz, Tyler Massey in that top 10 spot.
Good run tonight there for a lot of good guys needing some good points tonight. Higgins finishing out P3 there. Here comes. Come on through, Joe. We got you. Don't worry, Joe. We're
Alrighty.
going to get you around through here.
Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. Justin and I will get you those live driver interviews here in just a few moments' time as Joe's going to come around and make this official for P13, bring it into the pits there. We'll take a look at our unofficial race standings here, and then we'll bring you those live driver interviews. I appreciate every single one of you joining us in here tonight once again. This was a really good road course race. Uphill from the streets of Sonoma. Kyler McCarthy will come away with that race win. Just needs to burn it down before we take a look at those finishing results.
Come on, Kyle. There you go.
Holy. Okay, I was trying to be silent for this whole. There it goes. There goes the
Bang.
engine. I was about to say the engine builders are not going to be happy with Kyler. Matter of fact, just blew that puppy up. Kyler's going to be a fun driver to talk to. Join us here in just a few moments' time as we'll get these unofficial race results scrolling here. Justin, what a race here for the number 24. He's going to take the checkered flag here tonight. How about David Berry? He almost got there for P2, just a second back.
Yeah, David was right there that whole race. Chyler and David really going at it back and forth there. Daniel Higgins going to come up P3. Miguel Campo P4. Chris Campbell, good move there tonight for that number 68 hot rod. Austin Mice going to come up P6. Justin Steves P7. Robbie Bice P8. Matthew Fitz P9. Tyler Massey P10. Mark Berry P11. Xavier Salgado 12th. Joe Stipe 13th. John Myers 14th. Brian Huntley Jr. 15th. Cole Fitzpatrick 16th. And Nico Colby gonna finish out in the number 17 slot.
Well, it was a great race up here in the front too, and then we had a few battles start to ensue there for mid-pack. There we see Justin's favorite drag strip. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a great shot of it there. Justin, I know that we were turning left, turning some right here tonight. Appreciate you joining once again. Everybody tonight in YouTube land, just waiting for a couple drivers to make their way down into the interview booth. As we take a look at that long drag straightaway, Justin, do you have any work lined up for you? I know you do some real life commentating work.
Don't have anything on the books as of right now. Got a race next weekend where I'll be crewing on a race car next weekend. We're off for a couple weeks. We'll hit it hard right there at the end of August and through September and October, and then that'll end up the season. So, folks, if you're out there, need an announcer for anything, really, I don't care. You know, race, auctioning, I don't do auctioning, but I'll give it a shot. Pageants, whatever you need, I'll do it for you. Quinceañeras, maybe.
So what you're saying is, okay, Justin Yaw does do parties.
One-stop shop, baby.
Yep, there you go. Justin, I'm going to drag you here in the broadcast waiting room, our podium finishers. I'll be right back with you.
Back.
Hey, Kyler, sorry, I just hopped in here in the interview room. Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, no, we were just talking, man.
Well, Kyler, that's goodness gracious, you were holding off David Berry. David, of course, winner just last week. Looks like all you needed was just a little bit more runoff on the road course here tonight. You're going to come away with that race win.
Yeah, I'm really not a road course guy at all. I really despise these. I know a couple weeks ago when I talked to y'all, I said I wasn't looking forward to this. Didn't really plan on running Chicago, bought it kind of last minute, put in some laps and just kind of trying to survive, and you know, that didn't really happen. I was trying to push too hard and messed up my own race. Probably could have had a top 5 finish there. But just putting the laps tonight, I kind of like Sonoma, and for some reason the tracks that I hate to love, I seem to do pretty good at. So.
Well, Kyler, it was really fun to watch you here. It's you guys turning some really fast laps. The fuel window was really tight. Did you have to save any throughout this race?
No, we were pretty good on fuel. It was more just about managing tires and trying to manage David behind me. I knew if he got in front of me, it was going to be hard to pass. It's so hard to pass here. There was a time going through, I think it was 5 or 6, that he snuck to my inside and we ran it out. I was worried that I gave it up right there, and then the 00 spun across my nose there toward the end, and I panicked thinking that I just blew the race right there, but was able to hold it off. Looking at my track map, there were so many sections that David and I were equal in, and then there was some that he was faster than me, and there were some that I was faster at him. So it was just one of those tit for tat and who could save the tires better. But hats off to David, Daniel. He ran me clean. I appreciate that. Feels good to be back on top, man.
Tyler, welcome back to Victory Lane. Justin, do you have anything for Tyler before we get to P2 and P3 interviews here tonight?
Don't. Good job tonight, Kyler. Good to see you back in Victory Lane. Hope to be doing a lot more of these interviews as the season goes.
Kyler, before
me too. I'm hoping this starts a string of wins for us.
Hey, definitely showing some momentum here into, I believe it's Dover next week. Kyler McCarthy, before we let you get going here tonight, man, is there anybody who you would like to shout out, or kind of all makes this all possible for you to come out and race every Tuesday night with us?
Yeah, first and foremost, got to shout out Nitro Energy, or Nitro Setup Shop. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. Y'all for the broadcast, Brian for the league, my teammates, Fitz and Robbie, and then everybody back at the NitroSetupShop.com. If you don't have them, go get you one. We prove week in, week out that they're bad fast. So couldn't do it without these guys, and everyone that tunes in, all my friends, Carrie, Jennifer, AJ. There's so many. Everybody that tunes in and cheers me on. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, thank you so much, Kyler. You have a great rest of your night, man. I'm going to kick this down to Justin Yaw to take away our P2 driver, David Berry. He put it on the pole, but once again, he'll finish P2 here tonight.
Mr. David, you got a copy?
I do. How you doing?
Good, sir. Hey, man, put it on the pole there, kind of gave up the inside and had some work to do. Just coming up one spot short tonight, but nothing to hang your hat on too bad. Tell us about your race, David.
I was a little unsure about how the car would react on the start, so I just was over careful to drive it in. So I figured if I could just manage where I was at, maybe I'd have a shot at Kyler. But he ran such a perfect race that there was no. If there was one instance, maybe, but really no other time during that entire race where he messed up any at all. So I just basically had to watch the back end of his car all night.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. I get that a lot. But no, David, man, great run. Not a bad start to your little season here. I know this is on your second race with us. How about a 1-2 finish? Kind of start the season off. Now, David, you more of a road course guy? You more of a oval course kind of guy?
I run both. I've ran a lot of road courses in the GT series, and that's helped it just helps me in these cars, and I run some in the trucks. So I think road racing's pretty neat. I like it. I prefer it, actually, but I don't run it as much as the ovals.
Well, Mr. David, we appreciate you being here every Tuesday night with us. Hope to see you going forward. And I think Mr. Sean has caught up with our people. Well, excuse me. Mr. David, you got anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
Yeah, Brian, BNR, all the admins, they do such a great job making a great league. The broadcast, BBD Motorsports, Mark didn't have the race that he wanted, but he's getting his road racing in order, so hopefully we can move forward to that. So I appreciate everything that just let me run with you guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Hey, thank you, David.
Thank you, Mr. David. We appreciate you. And I have got word that Mr. Sean Stam has caught up with our third place finisher, Mr. Daniel Higgins.
Hey, Daniel, you got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, good to see you, Sean.
Oh, boy, great to see you, Daniel. How about it, man? You're going to show us how it's done tonight from the left and right turns here from Sonoma. Bringing it home, P3, our final driver interview spot. Kind of walk us through, what was it like here tonight from behind the wheel of one of these heavy, heavy NASCARs?
Yeah, pretty different than the GR86s, But I tried to stay close, but those top two were clearly the class of the field. Congratulations to them. They were about a second faster, and it was pretty lonely. I was just kind of in third by myself the entire race, and I was thinking about pit strategy early on, and I guess there wasn't a pit tonight, so I just kind of ran it until it went out. I was good on fuel, and my tires started to struggle at the end, but just brought it home, and looking forward to next week.
Well, Mr. Higgins, we know that you are another one of these road course ringers here. You're going to bring it home P3 here tonight. What's kind of, you probably haven't thought about it, but what goes through your mind as we look ahead in a little bit of the schedule? It's about a month until we reach our next road course race. How do you feel within the oval portion of the schedule?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how I do on the ovals, especially next week in Dover. It's not my best track. I'm going to have to put a lot of practice in and get back to it. I actually started on the ovals and I went to road course, but I've been doing road courses ever since. So I got to get back to I haven't done it in a while, so it's going to take some practice, and it's completely different racing, as everyone knows. So I'm going to have to just put in some practice, and we'll see what happens.
Gosh, what a track to come back to in the oval universe, Dover. It'll make your first name Ben, your last name Dover, with this that track. I do not. Dover is probably my least favorite track, with all due respect to the track and its surface of concrete. But Daniel, sorry I went off on that. Who are we shouting out, man? Who makes it all possible for you to come out and race, bump and run every Tuesday night with us?
Yeah, this is my second race here, so I just want to thank everyone who runs the league and let me in, and everyone, you guys commentating, you and Justin, and everyone who runs the league. You know, I appreciate being here, and it was fun, and look forward to seeing how I do in the ovals.
Oh, it'll be definitely fun to watch. Appreciate you taking the time out of your night to join us here in Victory Lane, Daniel. Or excuse me, the podium lane, Daniel. You have a great rest of your night here, man. All right, Justin.
Thank you, you too. I did see Nico's in here a little bit too.
Dude, he was another road course ringer. He actually qualified relatively well, but spun earlier on in the race and then took it to the garage. But I mean, real quick, actually, now that you brought that up, Daniel. Now, I know that you race those GR86s week in and week out, very similar to those Mazda MX-5s. What's the biggest one or two differences, other than weight and power, between those two cars? Not Mazdas, but GR86s between NASCAR's stock cars.
Well, the braking and the shifting, I have to brake a lot earlier here. When I first started in these cup cars, I was just sliding everywhere. The grip too was a lot less grip. Felt like I was driving on ice. I had to brake a lot earlier, so I was just over-sending into corners, just locking the tires up, especially in Chicago. I really had to practice that. Yeah, just turning in, and you know, it's all throttle control too. I can't just gas it off the corners like the other ones, otherwise I'll spin out. So just took a lot of practice. Very different cars, and a lot tougher. These are a lot tougher to drive.
Alrighty, that's Daniel Higgins. He started on oval. He's been a road course ringer. Now he's going to finish P3 here tonight from the hills of Sonoma. Thank you once again, Justin. Thank you, David, and congratulations to Kyler McCarthy, as well as that top three, for taking and conquering the hills of Sonoma here tonight. My name's Sean Stam. Justin, y'all joining up here in the booth. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Sam Studio Network. We're going to get our virtual flight spawn back home. Everybody have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow night back at Sonoma Full Throttle Racing Sim Performance, as well as Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series. Everybody have a great rest of your night. From Sean and Justin up here. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you tomorrow night.